Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Lee and just a quick help for Quiz 1.02. Quiz 1.02 is mainly going over definitions, so making sure you understand those definitions, and hopefully most of these you have had before. So the first question on the quiz is going to ask you for what is the intersection of the given lines? So what point are they intersecting? If you look closely, you can see that by their name, ST and RT, both share a point, right? They share point T. And so they don't give you a picture, but if we were to draw a picture of these two lines, it may look something like this. And on one of the lines, we've got point S and we've got point T. And on the other line, we've got point R and also point T. So see, they share point T, so that is going to be the point where they intersect. The next one is going to ask you which set of points are collinear. This one there's more than one answer, and you just need to identify what points are on the same line. So this collinear simply means that they are on the same line. So here we've got two lines. So if we were talking about this line, we've got point F, point D, point G, and point H are all collinear. So any of those combinations would be they are collinear. This line that's right here consists of points A, B, C, D, and E. So any combination of those points are collinear. If you had something like D, E, and F, well, they would not be collinear, right? Because D and E are, but F would be on a separate line. The next one is knowing the definition of lines and planes and points and that kind of thing. So all of these are in the OHS. One of the questions asks you if you had the intersection of two walls, what would that form? So I just gave you a visual here. It helps me sometimes to have a visual. If we've got a wall, notice the intersection is simply a line, right? I mean, this is probably a plane here, and this is a plane, but the intersection simply forms a line. Same thing if we opened a book. That intersection of the open book is simply a line. So the definition that's in your OHS is a line is a collection of points arranged in a straight path. Really has no thickness, but it does have direction and infinite length. So the line would go on and on. One of the questions asks you about a tile with no separations. So a tile floor, if we had a tile floor, here's a little picture here, that would be a plane. A plane is a flat surface that has infinite length, width, and no thickness. You're going to name a plane. If they ask you how to name a plane, you're going to name it with any 3 points that are not on the same line. And the last couple of questions are simply knowing what the definition of a line, a segment, and array, and how to name those. So we've already kind of talked about a line. We can name a line by any 2 points on the line in any order. So if this was, let's just call this A, B, C, D, I could name this line AD, and normally they denote that with a little line, arrows at both ends, because the line goes infinitely each direction. We could also name this line AC, and we could name it AB, and you can also name it with one lowercase script. This could be called line A. Okay, so lots of different ways to name it. When they talk about a segment, I could name these the same points. This is still a line, AC, but if we're going to talk about just a segment is going to be part of a line that consists of any 2 points on the line and all the points in between those 2 points. A line segment is going to have a specific length and can be measured. And you're going to name it by its endpoints in either order. So if we are going to name our segment AB, you'll see that denoted just with this. Notice that there's no arrows at the end. And so segment AB would simply be referring to this segment right here. We could measure that, and that would be just a line segment, kind of like a piece of a line. We could have another line segment AC. AC would go from here to here. Array. Notice the difference in array is we have a line here, but we don't have an endpoint. So it's kind of like half of a line. So array is going to be part of a line that starts at an endpoint and extends infinitely in only one direction. To name array, you're going to name it with the endpoint first and then any other point on the array that goes to that direction. So let's just call this ABC. When we name it, we're going to have to use A, okay, because that's our endpoint. We could name it AB, and we'd put a little ray symbol over there, or we could call it AC, as long as our second one is going in this direction. Hope that helps you on the quiz. Good luck.